Terms of payment. Getting paid for providing goods or services is critical for any business. Terms of payment are an integral part of any business transaction, both in domestic and in international trade. Terms of payment in domestic trade. The following terms of payment are commonly used in domestic trade. Cash with order. The buyer sends payment with his order. Cash on delivery. The buyer pays for goods at the time of delivery. Payment on invoice. The buyer receives an invoice on or after delivery, which describes the goods delivered, the sum to paid, the period within which the invoice must be paid. Hire purchase. The customer makes a down payment, for example 10% of the total price, and gets the goods. Later he pays the remaining sum in installments. Open account terms. The buyer doesn't pay for every delivery, but receives a statement of account every month or quarter, which states the sum he owes the seller. Leasing. The leaseholder pays rent to the lessor. The lessor gives the lessee permission to use the object for a fixed period of time. Terms of payment in international trade. To be successful in modern global marketplace, exporters have to offer their customers attractive sales terms supported by appropriate payment methods. A suitable payment method must be chosen carefully to minimize the payment risk. Some terms of payment that are commonly used in international trade are listed below. Cash in advance or prepayment cash in advance is the most secure method of trading for exporters and consequently the least attractive for buyers. Payment is expected by the exporter in full prior to goods being shipped. Open account. This is the least secure method of trading for the exporter, but the most attractive for buyers. Goods are shipped and documents are sent directly to the buyer with a request for payment at the appropriate time. Open account trading should only be considered when an exporter is sufficiently confident that payment will be received. Letter of credit. Letters of credit are among the most secure tools available to international traders. A letter of credit is a written commitment to pay by a buyer's or importer's bank to the seller's or exporter's bank. A letter of credit ensures payment of a specified sum in a specified currency, provided the seller meets precisely defined conditions and submits the prescribed documents with a fixed time frame. Letters of credit are common in international trade, but they are also used in domestic transactions. Either way, a bank acts as an uninterested party between buyer and seller and guarantees that a payment will be made if certain conditions are met. A revocable LC can be cancelled or changed without the seller's agreement. An irrevocable LC can be cancelled or changed with the agreement of all parties of the contract. Almost all letters of credit are now irrevocable. Documentary collection. Documentary collection is a payment method when the transaction is performed by the bank through the exchange of documents. The seller instructs his bank to forward documents related to the export of goods to the buyer's bank. The documents, however, are only released to the buyer after payment has been made. This payment method facilitates import-export operations, but does not provide the same level of security as letters of credit. Unlike the letters of credit for a documentary collection, the bank acts as a channel for the documents, but does not guarantee payment.